Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. And after seeing all the fabulous videos and photos of this weekend's Santa Ballet Polo Challenge, even more good news arises. The Duke of Sussex's Santa Ballet Royal Salute Polo Challenge has raised a whopping $1 million, which is pretty impressive. And this is how you use your influence to raise money for good causes.
Playing polo with good friends, and then also to be able to do that supporting an amazing cause like Sentivani. I've been an ambassador for over a decade now, and it's something that is very, very close to my heart. I first played on a charity polo match in the UK in 2007, which is when I met Prince Harry, and since then we cultivated a great friendship. The charity had been founded in 2006, so it was the beginning of it all.
Dr. Sophie, who is the chair of the board of Santa Ballet, also gave us insight into the charity and a potential return to the motherland in future endeavors.
This is an opportunity for us to tell the story of Santa Ballet in the context of the United States. As you know, Prince Harry and Princess Cecil both come from the Commonwealth, and so most of our funders and community of support have come from the Commonwealth, and it's an opportunity for us to introduce ourselves to the US marketplace, and we're trying to figure out how we create relationships of substance in the US. So this is a really good way to do that as a start.
We also got to see Prince Harry in producer mode. There were a few behind-the-scenes photos of the Duke of Sussex with the crew while they capture all the polo goodness for the upcoming Netflix polo special. Do I play polo? No. Will I ever play polo? Very unlikely. But will I be watching with bated breath? You bet your butt I will. Now, as with everything that Harry and Meghan does, the girlies across the pond are mad. Some having an issue with the cutout of Meghan's dress, saying that she's showing a little bit too much skin and it's very unroyal of her. Never mind the fact that she's stopped being a working royal 4 years ago. There are also people saying, why on earth would she wear heels to a polo match on the grass? Royals don't do that. She's breaking protocol. But it's interesting because the very same naysayers having an issue with that didn't say anything when any of these other royal ladies wore heels on the grass. I wonder why. And not only that, you have Camilla's bestie and Harry's probably number one stalker, Levin, having an issue with Meghan yet again. And if it's one thing members of the Royal Reporter Pack will always do is have the audacity to take content that we have all seen and heard with our very eyes and ears and create narratives that are contrary to reality.
This is Harry's one.
Yes.
But there was Meghan centre stage. This is Harry's one.
Yes.
But there was Meghan centre stage. This is Harry's one.
Yes.
But there was Meghan centre stage. This is Harry's one.
Yes.
But there was Meghan centre stage. And she said, and she didn't move. 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 And she said, and she didn't move.
Oh.
And Meghan had to push her out the way because she wanted to be in the middle. I've never heard such a disgusting, rude thing to do.
I don't think I need to say anything more or less. I think this video was self-explanatory. But I just want to know, ain't y'all tired? Like, social media ain't about to let y'all keep lying. I just want to say that.
The way these people lie with a straight face should be studied. And ever since Meghan has entered the British royal family, and I've been paying a lot more attention to the world of royal reporters, particularly those for the British royal family, it never ceases to amaze me. And I'm wondering, is part of the job description for these royal reporters delusion, an uncanny ability to twist the truth, and cruelty? Because it's been a reoccurring theme here. What an absolute mess. We saw a glimpse of the back of Meghan's dress for the dinner, and I kid you not, within hours, that dress had sold out. One of the things that I love about Meghan's style, it's the thought that goes behind the brands that she wears. They're usually businesses that are female run or are very socially conscious, and this is no different. The scent Acne is very, very socially conscious. And before I forget, the first dress that she wore, the Merrick one that also sold out, the brand not only shouted out Meghan on their Instagram, but also thanked her for showing support by wearing their items. It's incredible to see Meghan consistently use her platform to highlight some of these wonderful brands. There was even an article from The Independent talking about Meghan's post-royal fashion, so I've really been enjoying seeing a lot more nuanced and positive takes on Harry and Meghan's endeavors as of late. And if that wasn't enough, we saw two of Meghan's gal pals posting about jams that they received from the Duchess themselves with that beautiful and chic American Riviera orchard branding. The first is Delfina, and obviously we know Delfina is the wife of Nacho. And the second is Tracy. She is a fashion designer, and might I add, I absolutely adore her creations. A lot of the beautiful silks that Tracy uses comes from northern Thailand, where incidentally her mother is from. To equate women like Delfina and Tracy to influencers, it's just so unnecessary, so petty. Well, it's the Daily Fail, so not surprised.
Breaking freaking news, y'all. Princess Meghan Markle's first product from the American Riviera Orchard brand was just revealed. Super cute strawberry jam jars. The jars are so cute and aesthetically pleasing. I just know this tastes delicious. Let's get into some details. These are what the strawberry jam jars look like up close, and you can just feel Meghan in every detail. I know for a fact she hand wrote this script and the numbers, which I think is a really cool touch, the 17 out of 50, so you feel like you're getting something really exclusive. Very chic farm to table vibes, which is very on brand for Meghan, of course. No one knows exactly who are the 50 people that got these exclusive first run jars, but we know two of them. One recipient was Delfina Blaquier, of course Nacho's wife, who is Harry's best friend. Delfina and Meghan have become incredibly close over the years. The second recipient that we know of is Tracy Robbins. She is married to the CEO of Paramount Pictures, Brian Robbins. Let me know in the comments what you think of these cutie little strawberry jam jars, and will you be getting some when they're available? I know I will.
Also, did you guys catch ITV attempting to connect Meghan's jams to that of her father-in-law? According to ITV, she follows in the footsteps of her father-in-law, King Charles, who began selling products such as jams from the Duchy of Cornwall estate in the 1990s. Also, I know I'm not the only one who saw Richard Eden begging for a bottle of jam. I know times are tough, but say it ain't so.
This is why the British media can't be taken seriously. Richard Eden, who 2 weeks ago wrote this, the very telling reason why Harry and Meghan should seek forgiveness from Kate. Just ridiculous. Then today he tweets, Meghan, where's my pot of jam? They're like these jilted lovers who are obsessed with a woman who said, I'm just not into you. And therefore they can't stop thinking about her, even though they dislike her. It's like Piers Morgan. They're all the same. You just look, you sound ridiculous, and it's embarrassing. And this is why I think that anything that Meghan does is going to be a massive success, because she's obviously got her fans, but then she's got the haters too. They love her, really. They're all fans.
And not only is Richard asking for a bottle of jam, he recently wrote an article saying that Meghan Markle's cookery show for Netflix won't be filmed at the Montecito mansion she shares with Prince Harry, and filming is due to start tomorrow! ! I don't know about you guys, but that sort of seems like Richie is a little excited that Meghan is starting to film her show, and disappointed that he won't be able to see little tidbits of inside of the Sussex's Montecito mansion. And this is the same guy who has spent the past couple of years saying and writing the most insane articles about Harry and Meghan. So it's always interesting to me to see royal reporters who claim to dislike Harry and Meghan and think she is the worst person ever are usually the ones that are the most eager to see what they're up to and very crestfallen when access is denied. So while Harry and Meghan are looking moisturized and sun-kissed, raising millions for Sentebale, dispersing millions via their Archewell Foundation, getting ready for the amazingness that is sure to be the next Invictus Games, working on their new shows that will be later released on Netflix, and getting ready to launch Meghan's new business, the Sussexes have been booked and busy. And while being booked and busy, they still look happy and in love. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know that I'm not a great fan of Tessa Dunlop, but this week there was an article in the Mirror where she was quoted. According to Tessa, yes, there's something a little bittersweet about the Sussexes' sun-drenched exploits this weekend. Just as our own beleaguered royals are forced to go to ground with a myriad of health problems, Harry and Meghan dazzle in untouchable designer whites parading their exquisite pedigree stateside. Who else could so seamlessly pivot from a panel on Africa to a polo pitch in 24 hours? Thanks to Netflix, the Sussexes have squared the circle of raising money and making money all at the same time. Like it or not, Prince has still got it. And if Meghan has anything to do with it, this is just the beginning. Damn right it is.
Well, the comedians are at work again, and although it's slightly childish, it's very funny. I had to post it. At the top, you've got the non-tax funded royals, Meghan and Harry doing brilliant stuff, raising $1 million for charity, and it's not the first time they've raised $1 million. Those guys could probably turn up at a fancy dress party and raise $1 million, or probably just blink or something and do it. They've done it consecutively over a number of years. They're very good at raising money. And at the bottom, wait for it, the tax-funded royals. There's an empty balcony because there's nowhere to be seen. It's really interesting, isn't it? In the old days of the courts across the land where kings and queens would sit, you know, and be entertained and entertain their guests, the jester was the person in the crowd that was able to entertain everybody by making outrageous statements, some of which were partially true. But because the jester was a comedian, he was safe from royal punishment. Comedy's been used over the years to say a lot of things, and it's certainly being used today, isn't it? I just took a quick glance at the Royal Diaries, to see what engagements they plan to attend over the next year, and there's hardly anything in it for any of them. They've just signalled over the weekend in the UK that neither the King or Kate will attend the Chelsea Flower Show. The Chelsea Flower Show is on in May. It's at the end of May. So they're already saying they won't be around at the end of May. Today's the 15th of April. It's absolutely nuts.
And in direct contrast, you have the current working royals in the UK. Now, there was an article that I found to be very interesting that says that the monarch is said to be determined to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa on October 21st. So months away from now, despite medical advice cautioning against extensive travel during his battle with cancer. Now, according to sources, William will be unable to attend on his behalf due to the Princess of Wales's own battle with cancer. So attending this is not something William can take on at this time due to Kate's health. And although Anne and other working royals are doing a great job stepping in to plug the gaps at home, they are not viewed as high level enough to represent the sovereign as a leader of the Commonwealth. So, help me understand something. In Kate's video, they said that they caught it, took care of it, and now she is undergoing treatment to ensure that it doesn't come back. They also said that she would be returning to work around Easter. Easter's come and gone. Still no Kate. No estimated time as to when she'll be back. And now you're saying that William, who is one illness away from becoming the king of the UK, is unable to step into his father's role in October. You're telling me from now, April to October, there's no way that he can make arrangements to help his father out? What about that oath that he took on Charles's coronation day, saying that he is his liege and he will be there to support him. There are so many opportunities within the past year that William has chosen to not step up to prove that he is ready to be king. That man is not ready to be king. Come on now. Even if you are a fan, you have got to see the one thing that William has been consistent with is his laziness. And you will always have people within the palace and within the press and his fans who will make excuses for that. He could do more. He chooses not to. The very limited engagements that William has done since this debacle with Kate's illness has been ones that are fun and with celebrities. He's hobnobbing with Tom Cruise. He's having drinks at the pub. He's watching a game with his son and Rose Hanbury's son. I'm not even going to touch that one. Right? He's going to the BAFTAs. Things that are flashy and fun, but not things that are necessary. There are so many. I believe it was 600 patronages. So 600 patronages of the time of Queen Elizabeth that have not been filled. William has his sets of patronages that he doesn't attend to. Why is that? The events with the celebrities like the BAFTAs and with Tom Cruise, William really didn't need to be there. There's already a lot of cachet that comes with these celebrities, so his presence is not necessary. But there's a lot of patronages that do rely on their royal patrons to be there, to drum up support, to keep their name and their causes out and about in public so that they can raise funds, they can keep their doors open, and they can continue to serve in whatever capacity that is. If it's one thing Harry and Meghan would have done is to make sure that their patronages are taken care of. And you cannot tell me any different. When Meghan was having her crisis, what did they do? They had their conversation, right? And then they held hands and he took her with him. And while she put on a brave smile, and so did he, when the lights went out, the cracks started to show. And Harry was there with her, holding her hand and doing his due diligence, while his wife was suffering from tremendous mental strain while being heavily pregnant. Right? So William could do better, and he chooses not to. And this, as well as all of the other opportunities that he has either bungled or just completely ignored, shows the type of king that he will be. So for all of the royalists who love to say, oh, I can't wait until it's William's turn, be careful what you wish for.
The tide is turning in the UK, guys. I'll tell you, the tide is turning. Let's jump straight into this. The British digital and print media are being less kind to the British royal family and more kind to Harry and Meghan, who are over there in the States as non-working royals. And this article that was published by a huge global media empire yesterday is saying the same. Harry and Meghan's polo match was untouchable. In other words, it was high quality, organised, and it proved that they were doing good. And it caused a bittersweet moment for the UK royal family. And further down the article, it actually says it's a problem for the UK royal family. And it's a problem because Kensington Palace drew this clear line, didn't they? This delineation between working and non-working. So now the media use that to compare. And when the non-working royals are doing amazing things like this, and the working royals struggle to do 2 one-hour appointments on a Thursday within 60 minutes of their home, William, Workshire Fellow, you know who I'm talking about, those comparisons are not going to be good, are they? They're just not going to be good comparisons. This will continue to be a problem. Harry and Meghan just need to carry on living their own life. We'll live our life vicariously through theirs, you know, from afar. The royal family need to up the game. It's 2024. There's going to be a change in government in the UK. People are asking questions of the UK royal family, including the media. It's not looking good.
Is anything Harry can do to build bridges?
Well, actually, I'll be honest with this, and that is to ditch Meghan.
Man, the British press. That was definitely not the worst thing they've said this week. That for sure was GB News suggesting to Harry that you leave Meghan in Montecito and bring those 2 beautiful kids with you and just come home. You're suggesting someone breaks up their family, and you think that's okay? What's wrong with you? A white father should take his children away from their black mother and quickly take them over to their white family. That's so inherently racist, I can't even wrap my brain around it. I'm so sick and tired of this sexist narrative that Harry fell victim to this scheming woman who stole him away from his family and his loving country. If spare taught us anything, it's that Harry's always despised his position as the second born. Hated the press, hated the palace, has always had conflicting relationships with both his father and his brother. Meghan didn't start any of that. She didn't even fuel it. She was honestly just his ticket out. She didn't create that resentment. It was always there. People make this situation way too black and white. Most stories don't know villains and heroes. At its core, this is really just a family that has fallen apart, and even if like the royals, that's still kind of sad. The British press, particularly like middle-aged white women reporters, putting the blame of losing their silly, goofy, fun-loving Prince Harry completely on Meghan, removes the fact that that man has agency. They'd rather be deeply racist than hold a man accountable for his own life choices. Whether you agree or disagree with what he's done, I think we should all agree that they're all Harry's own choices. It was his choice to leave, his choice to write a book, his choice to give all these interviews. He wanted to do that because I think he thought it was the right thing to do for his family, as he's continuously told us. Point is, Harry isn't and wasn't manipulated. He's not in the vile clutches of some manipulative woman. These same reporters, particularly these middle-aged women, they all laughed away his little costume incident. Imagine Meghan doing that. Imagine it for 1 second. It's his family they're beefing with, but it's all her fault.
Obviously, Meghan always looks stunning and amazing in a dress. I was actually obsessed with this Givenchy dress, so cute. And this red one was just amazing. But the looks that I love the most on her are just the casual outfits. Like this Wimbledon look is one of my favorites. Also just obsessed with this and need this entire outfit. Her wearing jeans and like a crisp white button down is amazing. Like, yeah, it just might be plain and simple, but it always just looks so good and well put together. Also, it's simple and anyone can replicate it. Her Wimbledon outfits are just impeccable. We love Meghan Markle and we love her style.
And I want to thank my haters too because they be downloading my stuff so they can hear it and talk crap about it. But